Hello, Hero of Collectors here. How's it going, everybody? Hope y'all are doing fantastic. I know I am. And today, we're going to do a very quick review on the Cabal 3-pack for the Marvel Legends 85th Anniversary Series. I'm trying not to get too much glare from where I'm filming. Whoops. There. Maybe that's better. There should already be an unboxing video of this pack over on my channel. I will try to link it, but you can check that out, see my first reactions. But we're going to get into my final thoughts and the actual review of these figures. So let's get into it. Alright, getting into these figures, let's start out with Iron Patriot, the one I was most excited for from this 3-pack. It is a great reuse of the Extremis Iron Man body, which I knew they had to eventually repaint for Iron Patriot to give an update. But he does have some new parts, so getting new legs and shoulder pads and upper torso and helmet, it's all very nice and kind of differentiates it from that Iron Man armor. I know there's a lot of frustration or maybe contention with the white over the silver, because I know in the initial pictures and I believe Robo's early review, the Iron Patriot armor had silver paint apps instead of the white paint apps. I think I'm pretty happy with having it being white. It really sells that American flag or American colors aesthetic that he's going for in the arc, and in figure form, in hand, it comes out really nicely. It's not like a too distracting of a white color to where it just works with the armor, because even the blue and the red have a bit of a metallic sheen to where those kind of draw your eyes in a bit more, but it's of course the contrast of the white with the other colors that really bring this figure together, in my opinion. And overall, it was fun. I really like how he looks with the rest of the Dark Avengers. I should have a photo up at some point during this little segment where I posed him with all of my current Dark Avengers figures. I really hope to complete that team someday in all the accurate looks, so getting this as an update was necessary, and it's looking pretty good. The kind of downsides to this figure are the unmasked head. I'm not loving the new Norman head. It looks, the dark circles under his eyes are a little rough. I think it was just a little too overdone. I don't mind the rest of the head. I think it's, just those dark circles really that I'm not enjoying. Maybe give him an updated head, give him a smirk or a bit of a creepy smile. The artwork from the Dark Avengers books really had Norman being creepy and overly nice, and just, if they would have done a new head, that would have been really great. Another downside is they didn't update a lot of the articulation from the original Extremis mold. I would have liked to have seen, since they did a new upper torso, maybe some butterfly joints, since we know that they can do butterfly joints on an Iron Man figure. And, I don't know, maybe an inverted ab crunch to help give us more articulation that way. Mainly just in the torsos where I'm getting at. That would have just been better. I would have liked to have just seen those small updates. And then finally, just the shoulder pads getting in the way a little bit. They do move and get out of the way, kind of, but you can't get like a full 90 degrees outwards, like just straight out from the shoulder. So that is a little frustrating. Maybe not as big of a complaint as the unmasked head and the torso articulation, but it's still something that kind of affecting me posing him. And with all that said, I think I'm going to give Iron Patriot an 8 out of 10. It's a solid update. Really glad to have this new version. I've already given my old figure from 2013 away. If you wanted to see comparisons of this armor with that armor, go check out my unboxing video, because I did show that off there. But yeah, I'm very happy, and this still remains my favorite figure of the pack, I think. So we're really starting out strong at the beginning of the video. Not that the figures go downhill by any means, but that was the one that I was most excited for, and probably the one I'm most happy with. Moving on, we're going to talk about Dr. Doom. This is mostly reuse. I think the skirt is new. It's just slightly shorter, and the cape and torso have been modified, so it's a cloth cape, which is nice. I I do like that Hasbro's kind of venturing out to do more soft goods, like with this and the upcoming Odin. I do hope that they do more in the future. Maybe do a soft goods cape on a classic Thor figure. I'd really like that. But the way this cape lays, it's not bad. I know a lot of people would have preferred bendy wires in the cape, but I think here it works just fine. I've never been a big we need soft goods advocate, but on here it kind of works, and it lays nicely. You can kind of tuck it away and fold it away for certain photos, and while it's maybe not the best cape, I still had a lot of fun posing him with it here. The Doombot head is a nice addition. I'm unsure on which body I'm going to put that on quite yet, but I would like to use it in some capacity for a Doom figure in my collection. And yeah, of course, we know this body mold. We've gotten several Dooms on this body before, so articulation and posing were pretty good. I had no serious issues other than maybe getting the legs up a bit more and the torso crunching. But aside from that, it's a solid body mold, just with these slight updates. My complaints with this figure aren't super serious. I'm just thinking about potentially customizing this, maybe doing some swapping with the older Doctor Doom figure to kind of create my perfect Doom figure for the collection. Because I really like this cape and the torso, but I think I prefer the limbs, like the color specifically that they chose, because this has a bit more of a, I don't want to say brown, but it's got more of a dark metal color to it compared to the other one. I should have a comparison photo up somewhere. And then the mask choice. This is not my favorite mask. I know it's the classic mask, but I prefer the other mask that we got with the original Doom, and then the one that was reused for the Secret Wars Doom, the 2015 Secret Wars Doom. So I'm thinking about doing some swapping and it basically just a kit bash of this Doom figure to create what would be my ideal Doom. So my complaint ultimately is this isn't my ideal Doom. So I can't hold it too much for that fault, but it is close, but just not quite there. So overall, I'm going to give the Doom figure an 8 out of 10. Not an update I necessarily needed, but one that I'm happy to have and makes me want to swap and customize to make what would be my ideal Doom. And then moving on to Taskmaster, the one that I was least looking forward to in this set, but the one that kind of surprised me. I was very happy with the previous Taskmaster figure, even though it was on a Bucky Cat body. I never really hated the Bucky Cat body, but now that we are getting these new bodies, I understand why they wanted to phase the old figure out, I should say. And this one, it executes it pretty well. I know a lot of people are upset about the cape not being soft goods when Doom's was. I don't mind it still being the hard plastic, but I do wish it was a bit more of a pliable plastic. Here it's just a little stiff. But otherwise, the rest of the body is solid. It's built off the Vulcan mold, and it's got great range of articulation, great for posing. It was a lot more fun than I was expecting initially. And he comes with lots of accessories. He's got his sword, his shield, the bow, a quiver that actually holds an arrow. It's all nice, and the hands to hold them all. And you can store all of the accessories on him in some fashion. The only things you can't store on him are the extra hands. So now the downsides about this figure, the cape does not like to port into the back properly. For whatever reason, that peg just does not want to stay in. It's in a really awkward spot on the cape as well. So when it is plugged in, it really sits forward. When it's not, it can push up on the head and make it really hard for posing. Which leads into my second complaint about the figure is the hood on the head, which I didn't even talk about the head. The skull sculpt and paint on it are excellent. So that is not a downside, but actually an upside, and I just forgot to talk about it. But the downside is the hood on the head, it pushes against the cape and the body, so if the cape isn't plugged in, it pushes up while the hood pushes down, and it actually, when you turn the head, it can pop it off really easily. So that was a little frustrating when trying to post him in action shots to really get the right angle. So, yeah, it's not a perfect figure, but it's a good release. I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. Some improvements needed, but an excellent update to the Taskmaster character. But those are just my thoughts on this Cabal 3-pack. What did you think of it? Leave your thoughts down in the comments below. Make sure you go check out my unboxing video for my initial reactions on these 3 figures. And also make sure you like and go subscribe to my channel. And I will talk to you all in another video, another post, another time.